Hey guys, I'm just waiting for Zoom to tell me I'm live on Facebook. So I might be already live, or I might not be. We shall wait and see. Let's see if I can see us in the group. Yes, I can. If Small tip for you, if you're ever doing Zoom broadcasting live onto Facebook, always see if you can bring it up on your phone, and then you know you're live. So hello and welcome if you are joining me here live, and if you're watching the replay a little bit later on, let me know in the comments. Give me a hashtag replay so that I know that you've seen this, and so that I know we're all on the same page and in the same place, and you have access to what I'm about to show you. But if you don't watch this live, then you can't get access. So give me a hashtag replay if you're watching the replay, and give me a hashtag live if you are here live with me. Hi Gareth, thank you for joining. So I'm just going to share this video into the event on in our group, so that the guys that are in there know where to come. Honestly, you have to make things as easy as possible for people, no matter what you're doing. You know this, because sometimes people might expect to be watching in an event in a Facebook group. Sometimes people will expect to be in the group. Sometimes if you do things and you say you're only going to be on Zoom, people still expect you to be in the Facebook group. So just make sure you make people know where you are and that things are easy for them. So how are you guys? Let me know how you're doing. Because if you read my email earlier, you know that I have not been doing so well recently. I'm just bringing up the comments, so bear with me a second. I've been having a bit of a tough time. I feel like I've almost got to that point where when they say that the night is darkest towards like before the dawn, and then you've got to go through the storm to get to the good part, and so I feel like I'm hoping that I've just had one of those moments where it's really, really tough. Last week, literally, I didn't want to speak to anyone. I didn't want to do anything. I felt really dark and horrible, and that's not really like me. I'm generally like, I can always see a good side. And like last week, I really couldn't see a good side for anything, which was hard. And it was really hard having Caspian around that time as well, because he's generally quite a happy person. I think he started to reflect how I was as well, and he started getting very difficult, or maybe I just wasn't as easygoing as I normally am. So last week I started trying to do the W Your Tribe challenge again, and I wanted to try and make it a bit more like what the big people do, where part of it's kind of really short, punchy training videos that are pre-recorded, and then just like a smaller amount of live video that's more Q&A style, which is more what I am. And I found it really hard, actually. I really like this kind of environment where I get to speak to you, you get to talk back to me, and I get to answer your questions. So if you have any questions, post them below, post them around, depending on whether you're watching on mobile, it's probably below. If you're on desktop, it's one of those sides. So I have discovered that I really don't like the way some people do their marketing or their training or the courses, where it's simulated live, and that's not what I was doing last week, by the way, or where you think you're going to be live and you're not. I would rather have actual interaction with you. So if you would rather have interaction with the person you're learning from, then let me know in the comments and give me some thumbs up or even some hearts, because you'll know this, like, it's really hard to keep putting stuff out there if you don't know how people are reacting back to it. And it's not even when we're smaller. Big people feel like this too. I was listening to James Wedmore today on his podcast, and he's got a multi-7-figure-a-year business. He's really, really well known in the podcast world and in digital marketing. And he said that they haven't had as many reviews recently. And he actually said on the podcast, let us know in the Instagrams if you're listening and you're liking, which means that people who've been like, you would think are at the top of their game, still need that feedback that people are appreciating it. So if you want to attract people who appreciate your stuff and who give you emojis and comments, then you need to start doing that back to other people. So give me some thumbs up and some hearts, and let me know how you're doing. So hey Anna, hey Tim, hi Anne, and Morgan as well. Morgan is new to the membership. So to give you guys who are new here a little bit of background, this is a membership where you are going to learn Facebook marketing inside and out. and everything around that. So not just the organic Facebook marketing, but also ads, how you can use the strategies that I teach you on other social media platforms like LinkedIn and Instagram and all that kind of thing, because the principles are the same. At the end of the day, you are talking to people and you are marketing to people and you are building connections with people. And so it doesn't matter really what platform you're on. The reason I focus so much on Facebook is because there are 1.56 billion people on here. Everybody is on Facebook. Even people who do LinkedIn challenges and Instagram challenges use Facebook groups to hold their challenges, because everybody's on Facebook. So start with Facebook, master that, then go into something else. And so my vision for this membership for you is to have a place where you can come and learn everything you need to know when it comes to, let's say, social media marketing in the longer term, but Facebook marketing in the shorter term. And I really want to know from you what you want to learn. So I've got a big old list of topics that are going to be that we're going to deep dive into. We're going to do monthly deep dive into a topic. So I've already done one on the Dream 100. If you don't know what that is, don't worry. I will explain it all to you. But that's in a membership area, and I'm going to show you something, which is why I wanted to do this live with you, so that I could reveal it to you, that what I've been working on in the background. And actually having made a bit of progress on this made me feel better. So sometimes when you're feeling really rubbish, then go and take action and make something that looks good enough, and then you'll be able to kind of get that feedback. Jim says, "Hey Samantha, you're doing a great job." Thank you. Thank you, Jim Edwards. That really that really makes me feel better, because it is tough, especially when you're working on your own as an online entrepreneur. It's not like going into an office where you're surrounded by people all the time. So yes, so monthly deep dive is what we're going to do for particular topics. Now I want you all to go through the Double Your Tribe challenge again. So because I want us to have that foundation to start off with, because I know that they're like, most of the questions get answered in there, and then we've got this foundation to work from, and then you can go deep dive into the areas that you want to. I don't want you to be overwhelmed by content, because that's like the number one reason people leave memberships or don't do courses, is they feel like there's too much. So I just got on with it. So let me know in the comments if you want to see what I've been working on in the background as the hub where to keep all of this stuff. But I'm not going to show you until I get some hearts. I want to see some hearts on screen. So show me some hearts, and I will show you a little bit of what's going on in the background so that you can see what goodies are coming your way. And I'm going to give you access to this before it's finished, which is really not like me. I am an absolute perfectionist, which holds you back if you're wanting, because if you're waiting for things to be perfect, you'll never put them out there. And all the time you're waiting for them to be perfect, you're missing your opportunity and life is passing you by. I've got some hearts. All right, guys. So let's screen share with you. Okay. Are you ready? Are you ready for this? Obviously, you can see my face some more. Drum roll, please. She says, I can't even get it to change. So welcome to our membership area. So I am still working on the colors and what it looks like and the design, but I thought I want you guys in here to see what is coming, so that you have a hub that you can come to that's not just a Facebook group. Okay, and so for as long as you are a member here, you will have access to this. And I'm going to go through a little bit of this right now with you, so that you've got an overview of this membership site and where you can find things and how you can ask questions if you can't find something. But I want this to be your hub, your place to come to. And then you go to the group and say, hey guys, I can't do this. And everybody comes in and helps each other. So this is our membership area. So as you can see right now, we've just got a countdown. Part of this video is going to go in here. So this is a little bit of inception going on right now. So you'll log in. This is the first thing that you're going to see. Obviously you guys are already in the Facebook group, but if people aren't, the next thing is joining the Facebook group. Of course, there is a calendar so that you can come in and see what is coming up. Obviously, we're at the end of the June right now, but you can see a few things that I've put in here already. So we're going to have a weekly Q&A call where you can come and ask any question you want. If you want a deeper dive, it helps to ask the questions in advance, and then you'll definitely get your question answered. But you can always show up on the day, having thought of something that day, and as long as there's time, you will get your question answered. I'm just reading the comments, and Faith said, show me already. Now I've made this super easy for you guys. You can access this from anywhere. So even if you can't see this, if you think, oh, it's on a mobile, that this is made to fit your mobile screen, but if it's still too small, you can just click on the web link, or you can add it to your own calendar on your phone as well. You should do this so that it makes it really, really super easy. No excuses for not knowing what's coming up or what you want to join. There is, of course, a link to the ClickFunnels trial. So if you have no idea about sales funnels, you can come and get a trial in here for 2 weeks, totally free. I have put in just some starters here. So my Amy Porterfield style lead magnet template is in there. So you literally click a button and it goes and you get a ClickFunnels template for a lead magnet opt-in. So you don't even have to do anything really, just put some of your own words in. And then I've got a Russell Brunson style template in there as well. I'm gonna give you, I've already created this, a little preview of the vault. Let me know if you're liking this. I need to see some hearts. So a preview of the vault, in which it basically contains all of my swipe files of ads, of posts, of emails, of like so much stuff that you will never have an excuse to tell me you don't know what to write, because all you need to do is do what the greats like Jim do and all of the rest of them, which is you go and find some that you like, and then you use that as a template to make your own. So you will have access, and you'll see it already in here, access to hundreds, probably thousands of different styles and different types of things. So you can just come in and pick the ones you want. Now, what I've got somebody doing is going through and tagging them all, because right now it's kind of this chaos of so many different things that I've just seen screenshotted and then like put them away. So I've got somebody going in there and tagging them, so you can go in and do a search to see, oh, I want something that's for a launch, or I want something that's for a webinar, or I want something that's just content based, or about mindset, or about marketing, or about musicians if you're Shay, whatever. So it will be more organized for you, but in the meantime you can just scroll through while we're waiting for this to be fully organized. Faith says she loves it. Gareth says fancy. Probably not in that accent because you're from America. But anyway, good. Okay, so there's some bits there. There's the success path, the Tribe for Life, like deep dive content's going to go in there. The masterclasses from other people will be in here as well. The alumni access to the Double Your Tribe challenge will be in here. So basically every single month, or it's probably going to end up being every other month that I actually run the challenge in the future, each of the content will get put in there. So you'll always have access to your Double Your Tribe challenge. What I'm going to do for you guys, because you're with me at the beginning, is you're going to have access to all of them. So you'll get all of the nuances and all the different, because like you guys have been through the challenge already, you know that I sit there in the evening and you ask me questions about your niche and I answer the question to do with your niche. So we take the content and apply it to your specific niche and your industry and your questions that you have. And so if you wanted to, you could go through all of them and just find out everything, but do not get overwhelmed. Do not go back through unless you need to know the answer to something. So all of that content is going to be in there as well. To be able to book live events, that's going to be in there too. The planner is still coming. I want it to be shipped out, so that's why it is taking a little while. And there is a surprise bonus. It's called Something Secrets. What could it be? And then it's coming in here as well. And so as this grows, more content is going to be put in here, and it will be nicely organized for you. And so you'll literally just be able to come in here and find your thing. And there's a search box. If you get stuck in the top, there's a search box so that you can go through it. Now, sometimes this doesn't show on mobile. So what I might do is I might make an extra one of these to go at the bottom on mobile, but if you're on desktop, it's up the top. But just have a look around, have a little play around. So who wants to see this? Like, who wants to be able to get into their own membership area right now? Let me know in the comments, and I will, if anyone actually wants to get into it, I'll drop a link so that you guys can get in. Now, this is a super secret sign-up link. For those of you that have ever built a membership area, this is a super secret sign-up link. So do not give it out. This is for you. Now, if other people shouldn't be able to get in here, but I have had in the past people access my membership areas without buying my products. So keep it to yourself. This is just for you. But if you want it, let me know. I've had a yes, please. Let me know, and I will hit up my comments. Come on, guys. Hit the comments up and let me know, and I'm going to drop this right now. Yes, we've got some hands up. Good. Keep them coming. And I'm going to drop this link into the comments so you can have a little play around. But obviously you can't play around while we're on live now, because that would defeat the whole point. Okay, I'm just trying to get the link to come up, and it won't come up. It's being a nuisance. Right, hold on. Let's do this the old-fashioned way. I'm going to messenger myself. It's a bit awkward. Oh, as you can see, my beautiful background. So you can see here right now that I'm like a screenshot junkie. So you will realize, this is just taking too long. You will be able to see there that I am just crazy on the screenshots. And this is why you will have thousands of ads and posts and things, templates from different people. So I've got people in there like James Wedmore, Pat Flynn, Russell Brunson, of course. Who else is in there? Like loads of people, Melissa Griffin, Amy Porterfield, smaller people that you might not know, people like that might be your friends. If they're running ads, I've taken screenshots. People that have put a public post, I've taken some screenshots of those where they've been really good content posts where lots of people have engaged. So you will have access to all of that, but it's not coming up right now. Hold on, let's make this work. I want this to work while I'm on with you. So talk about, I wish you could talk amongst yourselves. But let's see. There we go. Okay. This is just for you. The comment that I've just put in the comments is just for you. So make sure you keep it to yourself. Right. I'm going to go back to me. So you now have access to the first iteration of the membership area. This is going to grow. It will get bigger, but all the time you will have some things to keep you anchored. There is going to be the Double Your Tribe Challenge. If you ever feel like you're stuck, maybe you change industry, maybe you change course, maybe your ideal client avatar changes. If you ever feel stuck, go back to the Double Your Tribe Challenge. There is also the Success Path. You will get access to this once you get into the membership area, and it's uploaded, which you should have done by now. It should be in there. But you will get access to the Success Path, which basically you'll be able to determine where you are along the Success Path. Are you just figuring things out for the first time? Are you working out your message and building that up? Are you starting to build your tribe? Are you exploding? Are you at the 6-figure plus mark where you are then trying to scale? Okay, so there are questions in there that will help you figure out where you are and which bits you've got sorted and which bits you haven't. And so then you know which part of the content to go into, because there is no point learning to run ads. And I do not care what people like Julie Stoyan say. There is no point learning to run ads if you do not know who you are marketing to, if you do not know what you are trying to sell them and what problem you are solving. The biggest problem people have online in general, probably in business, is they don't know who they're selling to because they're trying to sell to everybody. They can't clearly define what they're selling, like what their thing is, and they haven't worked out if they're actually solving a problem for other people that people are prepared to pay for. So those are tend to be like the 3 things, and no matter how big or small you are, those are the things you have to focus on at the beginning. Once you know those, you can then test to see if people are prepared to pay for your product, and then you can scale, and then you can run ads. And the reason I say about Julie is I really, really like Julie Stoyan. She's part of the ClickFunnels world, but she recently said an event that I was at that is a $30,000 a year event. And she said, you need to be prepared to pay $1,000 to $3,000 just to see if your thing works. And I literally cried. I made a comment about it. And she then went and wrote blog posts and emails about it, literally in defense to my comment. And I just said, if people are new, that's really risky. But she made her most, she said this, her most engaged post and her most reacted to email ever was off the back of me saying, you should not do that if you're right at the beginning. And what she then went on to clarify is the $1,000 to $3,000 ad spend made people really go, really hone their message and really work on their funnel and really have a thing. But she didn't say that at the beginning. And so people started thinking they should be spending a load of money when they don't even know what they're selling. So I'm getting on my soapbox. So I don't want you spending a load of money or working on the wrong things when you haven't even figured out who you're selling to. And sometimes that changes as time goes by, and that's okay. But you need to know who you're selling to, what it is, really, really, really clearly, what it is that you're selling. What are you promising people? What's the outcome for them? And then also, are they actually prepared to pay to solve that problem? Are you solving a problem for people? So the success path will help you figure out where on the success path you are, and then which part of the content, which part of the membership you should go dive in to. So 2 things that will always keep you rounded: the Double Your Tribe Challenge, the success path. There is going to be loads and loads of content added in here over time. You are going to guide what content is added in here, because if you come to me and say, this month we want to learn about X, and more people say they want to learn about X than what was planned, then we will learn about X. And if that means I bring in even more outside people to teach us, then that's what it will be. And if it comes from my teaching, there will be that too. So there's going to be a form in there where you can submit your questions of what topics you particularly want to learn about. But Facebook ads basics is one of the biggest thing I've been asked for. So as long as general consensus remains, then that will be the next thing that we deep dive into, which is how to create a really basic. And when I say basic, that doesn't mean it's not not effective. It's just a simple Facebook campaign. So we're going to do that as one of the first things. And I'm actually going to sell this. So it's a secret. Nobody else noticed yet. I'm going to sell that this masterclass I'm going to do with you guys. I'm selling it as a 197 course. So you guys are obviously quids in. I don't expect you to say that over in America and around the rest of the world. Quids in, it means that you're in the money, that you're doing really well because you pay much less than the 197 that other people are going to pay. And I bet they will pay it because it's Facebook ads, and everybody thinks that they need Facebook ads, even when they don't know their message. So yes, so I'm really excited. I hope this looks good to you. Shay, we have been going through, I know you've joined a little bit later on, we've been going through the brand new membership portal, which you will now be able to click the link of and actually go and see. I bet I've lost half of you because you've gone and clicked the link. But thank you so much for bearing with me. Thank you for being there, even when I'm going through a tough time. And if you're going through a tough time, just keep talking to people. Don't do what I have done, which is literally shut off from the world, because then it gets really harder to pull yourself out. But when you're in there, you just want to be alone, and but people are there for you. People care about you. So just reach out to us if you're feeling a bit rubbish too, at all, ever. And if you're having an amazing day, then reach out too. So I hope this has been interesting for you. If you're new here, then this is a kind of vibe that we get when we do a more deeper Q&A session or a live with me, with you guys. I love being around you. Faith says, thank you so much. You are most welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Go and have an amazing day. Give me feedback. As I said, this is like the first iteration. So even on the side, things are going to move around. One thing that's going to be in there that I haven't quite figured out yet. For those of you who use ClickFunnels, you'll know that updating credit cards is a challenge for everybody everywhere, actually, even outside of ClickFunnels. And so a good friend of mine has created some software that actually will almost automate updating credit card details. So for those of you who have credit cards expiring shortly, then you will be able to update them in here. Woohoo! Chris Benitez is a good friend, good friend of mine. He's an Australian, and he is an amazing funnel designer. If you've heard of Alex Sharfin or Rhonda Swan, or maybe Rachel Peterson or Stacey Martino and Paul Martino, Who else does he work with? Like loads of people like that. He designs all their funnels, and actually he owes me a webinar funnel. So I'll be getting him in here to come and talk some like funnel design stuff, like webinar funnel design for the 7 and 8 figure entrepreneurs. So I'm excited to bring him in, but he also co-created some software for membership sites so that people can do all these funky things. So he can talk a little bit about that too. Anyway, go have an amazing day. I'm glad that you guys are excited as I am. And I shall see you guys all very soon. And go in, ask questions, come back into the group in Facebook. I mean, I know that you're here right now. Ask questions, and let's just build this momentum and keep it going and get it going even faster. So thank you so much, guys. See you soon.